Yeah, but then 88, 89, 90, and then sort of later into 90, you get Crush being brought in because Axe was winding down. Then you just get Smash and Crush. Then they bring in the Legion of Doom, and then there was really no need for Demolition, and things were sort of falling apart anyway. And you sort of have this transition period where the Legion of Doom come in, Demolition goes out, Barry Darsow becomes the Repo Man, and then he gets brought in for a nice contract to go be, first he was Stuart Payne, the evil golfer, then he became Hole-in-One Darsow, and was a staple on WCW Saturday Night for a while there. But both guys are great. I mean, Demolition is a fantastic tag team. They're more than a mere Legion of Doom knockoff, because you had plenty of other Legion of Doom knockoffs, the Powers of Pain, Warlord and Barbarian, plenty of other muscly tag teams that are not as celebrated and recognized. And of course, Demolition had one of the greatest wrestling themes of all time. No doubt. And let's not forget the Royal Rumble where they came in 1 and 2. Who could forget that? Is there anything else for WrestleMania we haven't covered? I mean, we don't know we assume it's Rusev and Cena.
It's Rusev and Cena. There's no.
We still don't know exactly what's going on with Bryan. We think Bryan versus Sheamus. Oh, there will be an Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yes, The Miz is in it. Ryback is in it.
And Curtis Axel. So that's good, because there were some questions about that.
I was afraid there wasn't going to be enough star power. Oof.
Yeah, and you talked about Eric Rowan is going to win the Battle Royal.
Yes.
Definitely possible. I think you can have Rowan and Harper as the last two.
No chance.
Why? That's history.
Oh, God.
Makes total sense.
Please.
Who are you going to have in there? Rowan and Kane?
No, Eric Rowan's not winning.
Who's winning the Battle Royal?
I have no idea.
Who's getting no push for a year? Oh, Cesaro and Kid won the tag titles.
They're still new tag team champions.
Bad night for Lillian.
She had a rough night.
She was tweeting photos from ringside like, Lillian, what are you doing, girl?
Girl, bye.
Girl, bye. WTF.
I love how Eden tweeted out, "It wasn't me."
Oh, we know. And we had Golden Stardust and Weird Finish, and Cody Stardust came out without his shirt with just the bottoms on it, and he looked great.
Yeah,
he should always. But then he went out on Raw with the full body thing on again.
That was the pay-per-view attire.
He's gonna mix it up.
Throw a little wrench in there. We'll see how it lasts.
Yeah, we'll see. So no more Memphis. Nashville for Raw, 100%.
Very good. Yeah, very good. That crowd was hot all night.
Yeah, they were fine.
Well, that wasn't fine. You gotta give them their props.
There was one guy who was chanting WCW.
Oh, that was in Memphis. Yeah,
in Memphis. Yeah.
And he was what else did he do that was you could hear?
It was one other thing he did that it was just him.
I think he was booing something.
Yeah, he was booing something or someone.
He might have been in the main event or something like that.
Yeah, he might have been booing Reigns for all we know. Or Bryan. I mean, Bryan's going to be a big heel. I think Bryan would be great as a heel. I'd like to see Bryan.
Listen, here's the thing with that. Daniel Bryan can be a great heel. I've seen Bryan be a heel. He can be a great heel. I just don't think it's smart to turn him heel.
This is the perfect time.
I know, because
it's not like he's not going to sell shirts.
I know, but people don't want to boo him.
They don't have to boo him. They can say yes and no and antagonize him that way.
I don't think that they want to right now. It was fun when he wasn't at the top, and you could do the no thing with him. But now people want him at the top, and they want to cheer for him. He's the ultimate babyface. He is. He has one of the best comebacks in wrestling when he gets going. It's not. It's fact. As Tyson Kidd would say.
No, you can't have facts that are your opinion.
It's not an opinion. It's a fact.
It's not a fact.
When he makes his comeback, it's one of the best. The crowd is
that is your opinion. That is not a fact.
Facts of watching every single crowd when he does it. They go crazy when he does it. If every crowd goes crazy when he makes a comeback, how does he not have one of the best comebacks?
I would say that.
Answer my question.
Every crowd does. does not go crazy when he makes his comeback.
Yes, they did.
It's your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion.
It's not an
That's
opinion.
fine.
It's a fact. Watch all the crowds.
Moving on.
When he's getting beaten down and he starts to fire back up, they go crazy. They're cheering for him. They're chanting when he starts his kicks. It's the same thing every time.
Tomorrow night on NXT, we have the return of former WWE champion Brian Kendrick. What are you excited to see Brian Kendrick tomorrow night on NXT?
Well, who he's facing, yeah.
Spoiler alert, who's he facing?
Finn Balor.
Oh, okay. He's not bad. Oh, so a former and a
He's not bad.
A former and a future WWE champion facing one another.
I'm not getting into that one.
I mean, it's a fact. I have a photo of it.
There's no record of him as WWE champion.
It doesn't say interim. It doesn't say temporary.
In the record books that he was a WWE champion.
You think I'm going to trust the Vince McMahon record books?
You're the one who just said the Vince McMahon record books about the submission thing not that like 20 minutes ago.
I said he controls the record books. I'm definitely not going to trust him with the record books.
Every record book will show it. Official WWE champions. Brian Kendrick, not on that list.
It's not the Nick Gator record book.
Because that's what it was. I know it doesn't say interim, but the way they explained it was you'd be the champion in the match, but there was only going to be one title change, and that was whoever had the title at the end of the match.
They shouldn't have put this graphic up.
That's their fault. I don't know what to tell you, but that's their error.
Well, it's my opinion.
But it's a fact. We're dealing in the factual world.
I'm entitled to my opinion. Okay.
The facts are he was never WWE champion.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
There's no disagreeing.
There was a big UFC card this weekend.
Oh, God. I didn't even see it.
Very interesting. The underdogs went 10-1. And apparently the online or the offshore sports betting websites took an enormous hit because you have these guys that would bet like $5 on these big parlays and they came in strong. Like you bet $5.
Guess that hit hard, I think, right?
Yeah, it's happening. The reason that's what happened is because I wasn't betting because I love a good underdog.
Yeah, you do. You would have. Oh my God! Can you imagine if you bet on this card? You picked all the underdogs.
We'd be in the front row at WrestleMania. If that
we're going to Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Yeah, we could spend all of May in Vegas.
Exactly. I just fuck it. Just stay in Vegas for the whole month of May.
So let's go ahead and discuss the UFC news, including this big card as well as this enormous card that some of us may be going to in May.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's a show this weekend, right?
Oh, you know who's fighting this week.
Oh, this was the big Ronda Rousey Kat Zingano.
Our girl's fighting this weekend.
Okay, well, let's send it to Corey for the MMA news.
Okay, so there was a fight night in Brazil this past Sunday night. So with Fastlane going on, the Oscars, I quickly breezed through the two co-main event, main event matches. The co-main event, Michael Johnson beat Edson Barbosa by unanimous decision. The main event, Frank Mir defeats Antonio Bigfoot Silva by knockout in the first round. Time for Bigfoot to retire. He got dropped with a very easily left hook, and when Frank Mir knocks you out, I said it last week, if he knocked him out, then it's time to call it a career because that chin is gone, son. So no more fighting for Bigfoot Silva there. But Frank Mir, I think they said his first win in first win in like 4 years for Frank Mir. So it's about time to get back on that winning track for him. So good up for Frank Mir there. Now we'll get to the fight announcements, and big fight announcements have been made in the past week here. We'll start with, of course, the big show that'll be taking place, UFC 187, May 23rd in Vegas. Double title fight and a bunch of other big fights also announced. The main event for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship, John Jones versus Anthony Rumble Johnson. The co-main event, maybe, we'll see what happens. For the UFC Middleweight Championship, Chris Weidman finally defending once again against Vitor Belfort. A number one contender lightweight match, Habib Nurmagomedov versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Heavyweight bout, Travis Brown versus Andrei Arlovsky. And two of Nick's favorite flyweights, Joseph Benavidez versus John Moraga. on that card as well. So big card. That's one of the most stacked cards already I've ever seen. And did I forget that? Oh yeah, John Dodson fighting on that card as well. So
Fuck them. So many people I dislike on this card.
I know, right? So who do you got? You got Benavidez, Dodson, Moraga you don't like. You got John Jones you don't like. You got Nurmagomedov you don't like just because of his name.
Oh God, yeah, that's awful. And I'm sort of I have lost some of my enthusiasm for Weidman.
Yeah, because he keeps ducking pizza belt.
Yeah, that fight's not happening.
The co-main event is going to cancel people.
Yeah, you just prepare yourselves for some interim title fight.
That's why we booked a double title fight for this show.
Yeah.
So
Donald Cerrone will fight on 2 weeks' notice to get onto this card. So
Donald Cerrone will fight on a day's notice.
Yeah, I give him a lot of respect. If he wasn't the cowboy with that dumb cowboy hat,
but he's a legit cowboy. He loves to do all those types of things.
That doesn't help the case. It doesn't help the case.
But you can kind of look past it because of
absolutely
the toughness that he
yeah
brings.
I have absolutely started to look past it because he is legitimate. I'm very excited that our friend, good close longtime personal friend Joanne Calderwood is going to fight in Poland.
Yes, finally.
And she's fighting someone that you've never heard of.
I don't understand why she's not getting top 10 opponents.
Well, she's not playing ball with Dana.
Like, what the hell is going on here? She had this is her second UFC fight, and they both have been unranked. Like, she's ranked sixth in the division. Why is she not fighting top 10 girls?
I can't answer that.
What the fuck is going on here?
Someone did throw out that maybe AJ Lee goes to the UFC also, fights as a strawweight.
No,
she could train with Phil.
With Phil
CM Punk Brooks.
No, I'll pass. I don't want her to mess up that face.
Oh boy! I mean Ronda. Well, I mean no one gets to Ronda's face.
You can't hit Ronda, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ronda's grabbing you, and you're going up and over before you can even know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a moot point, and that's just in the locker room.
Exactly. So
with the pro wrestling gorilla crowd.
So UFC 187. There's talks. We might be going. What do you think?
I think signs point to yes. I gotta figure out some of my finances, and I'm going through
Every time you say I gotta figure out, then I just become deflated.
I'm sorry, buddy. I would say signs point to yes. I would say it's better than 50-50.
Better than 50-50.
Yeah.
Because as time keeps going, prices go up. Things change.
Okay, what's the date? At least it's got to be at least a month out.
A month.
How about 2 months out? How about the end of next month?
The end of March.
Yeah, gives you 2 months.
Well, I know. I'm just saying I don't want to wait too long.
Well, let me.
We'll get
stuff is. Yeah, let's get through WrestleMania. No, that's we won't know that. Let's get through my redacted.
That's the end of March.
No, my redacted. Let's get through my redacted.
What does that mean?
Let's get through my you know what.
No, but I mean like what? Like when?
Oh, hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, like I said, the end of March.
Okay, we'll figure it out. So
we're only at the end of February. We're not even in March yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. Joshi, anything for you to come?
Oh, I don't think it's going to happen.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, come in. Go back
we'll
Sunday.
See. We'll see. I will have. I actually have a meeting happening tomorrow at work, and that might provide me with a lot of information as to whether or not that is possible. So we'll see what happens.
We have to decide first, but we've done so well when you've been there.
Well, some of us have.
Well, and I have to say,
yeah, Corey did.
I did not have a good night. I had a good night with watching Ronda, but other than that.
Amazingly enough, something weird is going to happen to Anderson Silva on this card, and he's not even going to be there because I'm seeing a UFC event in Vegas.
It'll be the weekend he gets suspended for a year.
Yeah. Yes, it will. Is normal.
It's normal. So, more fight announcements. UFC 188, June 13th in Mexico. Maybe the main event will be for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. Cain Velasquez versus the interim heavyweight champion, Fabricio Verdum.
A lot of maybes here.
A lot of maybes up in here. The co-main event, lightweight bout, Gilbert Melendez versus Eddie Alvarez. And strawweight bout, Tisha Torres versus Angela Hill. Main event, not main event, actually.